Hello, my name is Dawn Shaw. I'm a senior physiotherapist working at the Great Western Hospital. This is a short video to give you advice and exercises after you have had a total hip replacement. However, the exercises can also be done following a half hip replacement and a dynamic hip screw repair following a fractured hip. If you have had a total hip replacement, you should have been given this booklet where you can find all the advice and answers to most of your questions. The exercises in this video can be found on page 79 onwards. It is important to manage your pain after you get home, so do take your painkillers regularly. This will allow you to do the exercises that are necessary and progress your mobility. If your pain is not under control, please do visit your GP for stronger painkillers. Your wound should be well healed by about 2 to 3 weeks after your surgery. Your stitches should either be dissolvable or be removed by your practice nurse. If you have not been seen for a wound check, please visit the practice nurse. It is normal for the wound to be tender, bruised and swollen for up to 3 months. You can use ice and massage around the buttock and the wound to help with this. After the wound is healed and there are no scabs, you can massage some moisturiser into the scar to help it become more comfortable. E45 cream or some other non-perfume skin cream is fine. It is also important to get the balance right between rest and moving around. If your pain is not settling, perhaps you are trying to do too much and need to look at pacing your activities throughout the day a little bit more, adding more rest breaks or doing activities for a shorter period of time. In order to strengthen your hip muscles after surgery, it is important that you follow these exercises as soon as you're able to. Try to complete the exercises 1 to 2 times a day as your pain allows, and build up to 3 sets of 10 to 20 repetitions. Do not push into pain. It is normal to have a little discomfort during exercises and some muscle soreness afterwards, but it should be mild. Hold on to a sturdy piece of furniture or a kitchen side. Stand on your good leg. Bend the knee of your bad or your operated leg upwards towards you. Repeat 10 times. If you are able to, repeat on the other side. To make the exercise harder, use a resistance band tied around a sturdy piece of furniture or a table leg. Hold on to a sturdy piece of furniture. Standing on your good leg, lift your operated leg out to one side. Stand up tall, do not lean to the opposite side. Repeat 10 times, and if you are able to, repeat on the other side. To make the exercise harder, repeat with a resistance band tied to a sturdy piece of furniture or a table leg. Holding on to a sturdy piece of furniture or the kitchen side, stand on your good leg, lift your operator leg out behind you, do not lean forward, stand up tall. Repeat 10 times, and if you are able to, repeat on the other side. To make the exercise harder, use a resistance band tied to a sturdy piece of furniture or a table leg. Hip stretch in standing. Hold on to a sturdy piece of furniture. Step your operated leg backwards. Lunge forwards with the weight on your unoperated leg. You should feel a stretch at the front of your operated hip. Keep hold of the furniture throughout for your safety and repeat 10 times. Lying on your back with your legs straight. Place a slippy piece of material, such as a plastic bag, under your heel and gently slide your leg outwards as far as it will go and then back to the middle. Repeat 10 times. Lying on your back with your knees bent and your feet on the bed, slowly rotate your operated leg out as far as comfortable and then back to the center. Sitting or lying, rotate your ankle round one way and then the other, and then pump the foot backwards and forwards 10 times. With the foot of the operated leg on the step, straighten that leg and step up. Stand on the step. Slowly bend your operated leg, lowering the opposite foot to the floor and step back down. Return to the standing position and repeat 10 times. With the foot of your operated leg on the step, slowly lower the opposite foot to the floor. Return to the standing position. Repeat 10 times. Sitting in a chair, slowly stand up without using your arms and lower yourself back to the seat. Repeat 10 times. Lying on your back, bending your knees, keep your feet on the bed. Squeeze your bottom and lift your hips off the bed. Hold 5 seconds and then slowly lower. Repeat 10 times. If this becomes easy, make it harder by performing the exercise just on your bad leg. Lie on your unoperated side. Lift your operated leg off your unoperated leg as high as possible, keeping your toes pointing forwards, and hold for 2 to 3 seconds. Slowly lower and repeat 10 times. Going upstairs, always lead with your good leg. The bad leg follows and the stick stays with the bad leg. Going downstairs, lead with the bad leg and the stick together and lower the good leg after. Progress your walking from 2 sticks to 1 stick when your pain allows and you feel confident and able to. Make sure you're trying to have equal weight through both legs and you have a nice heel-toe walking action. When using 1 stick only, it needs to be used in the hand opposite to your operated side. Standing with your back to the seat, hold on to the side of the car and the car door. Take your operated leg out in front of you and lower yourself to the seat. Shuffle yourself fully onto the seat and help your legs into the car with your hands. Getting up and down out of a low chair or sofa, use the arms of the chair, take your operated leg forwards as far as possible and push yourself up to a standing position. When lowering yourself into a low chair, reach behind you for the arms of the chair, take your operated leg forwards as far as possible and slowly lower your bottom to the seat.